the actions speak louder than the words. So I want to see that take place before anything else. I'd rather see you have your husband back, and then you can battle to fight for your children, because I think you're going to both need to be there to make that happen. It's a very arduous, long situation. There's a lot of people on this telephone or on the radio right now can tell you, and they will be speaking to you momentarily. But we do have to go on another break, and we'll be right back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. This is Freedom Fighters for America Radio, Independence, your host. We're doing an interview with Ms. Jennifer Fitzgerald, and we'll be right back. This radio is located at www.freedomfightersforamerica.com. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties tonight. Welcome back to our show. Okay, I'm sorry about that, Jennifer. We've been having a little bit of problems with our audio tapes tonight, so.
Well, we had a few problems over here too.
Yeah, it seems funny that when you have shows that tend to tell stories about crime and corruption, things happen on computers and this type of thing. So
yeah,
we just try to do with that the best we can.
Mighty coincidental, isn't it?
Yeah, I think more so than not, absolutely. Is there anything else that you'd like to discuss regarding your case at this particular point?
I think that, well, I guess one point that I would like to point out is that the last court date, which was July 14th, I went to court at 9 a.m. It was Old City Hall Courts in Toronto, and my husband's name was not on any docket, and I couldn't find what room he was appearing, and I went around in circles in the courthouse for most of an hour looking for my husband's name, and it appeared that they were conducting some kind of secret something that they didn't want people to know about, or perhaps the press. And even they didn't want it to be possible for people to attend the hearing. And I think that this is very alarming, because when they want to keep the hearing secret, I think that is suggestive of the fact that they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. They're trying to cover something up. They're hiding something.
Yes. And I'm very deeply concerned constantly, because it's very difficult for me to get in any information about my husband, even from his lawyer. And I think that when they won't tell me information, that I think that there's something going on, that I think that there's things going on, and they're not telling me because it's very, very corrupt. This is what I'm starting to believe, and I guess that's about what I have to say right now. One more thing is that the next court date is August 4th at Old City Hall Courts, and I would like anyone who's interested in this case to please attend, and we need all the support. The Fitzgeralds need all the support that we can get at this difficult time.
Where is the location of the court?
It's on 60 Queen Street West in Toronto. It's on Queen Street, around Yonge and Queen. Actually.
Okay, so just repeat that for all the listeners out there. It's on what date now? It's on August what day?
August 4th, 2009.
Okay. And
this is the Court of the Absurd. Is scheduled to take place on August 4th, 2009 at Old City Hall Courts in Toronto, 60 Queen Street West. And the Crown Attorney is Mr. John Flaherty, and his phone number, I like to give phone number out because I think that maybe he could answer some people's questions. So that's 416 is the Toronto area code, 327-5990.
Okay. And now, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that was everything.
Okay. It's really a situation where people need to show support to what's going on here, and anyone who can be at that court has. What about your public defender? What is his story? I mean, you've obviously contacted him.
The legal aid, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, legal aid, right?
Yes. The legal aid lawyer, I don't want to be overly critical because legal aid doesn't have very much funds. But the legal aid lawyer refuses to talk to me because I'm not her client, actually. So this is the situation, and unfortunately,
that is really, that's some attitude. I mean, you couldn't be closer to a client than anyone else. That's a
I know it's actually quite insulting. It's actually quite insulting, and someone informed me recently that that I'm supposed to talk in court on behalf of my husband in this sort of a situation, but no one's asked me to do that or to say that my husband's mental health is sound and that he's a good and honest man with integrity. No one's asked me to give my opinion, and this is typical of a situation where they're just trying to hide the truth. They're denying me any kind of voice at all in this situation. Like I don't even exist. In fact, at the last court date, they accused me of being delusional also.
They accused you. They accused you of being delusional, and you've never even had anyone even talk to you? They just, in the courtroom, called you delusional?
They are calling me delusional because I defend him. This is exactly true.
You have a real...
Isn't that outrageous?
Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And I'll tell you something right now. You have some lawsuit going here, but the problem is that you don't have the proper representation to make them act correctly. Okay, I firmly believe that because I've seen this happen in courts before. When the right person comes in, okay, who knows the law, that can use this law to work, okay, to make it work, that's the problem. You have someone there who's not representing you because they can't represent you correctly. Their hands are tied. And I really think that you need to have somebody come into the... I've seen this happen before in court. I watched a person get prosecuted for over a year for something that they never did, and they had the evidence in their hand, and they never would even bother to look at the evidence. It's a very horrible situation. So
well, yes, we have documents. My husband and I have documents to prove that these the things that we are saying are fact based. And there's no reason for this accusation of delusion or delusion of persecution.
Right.
It's not delusional as I am watching them persecute my husband right now. It is not a delusion of mine. They are torturing this man, and this is not a delusion on my part. So what could be a better example than that is that they are persecuting him right now, right under my nose.
Yeah, and no one is